Forget everything you've seen on top 10 lists. Most people talk about these dogs like they're Pokemon cards. They compare stats, weight, and height, and then they call it a day. That is a mistake. When you're looking at a Kangal or a Caucasian Shepherd, you aren't looking at a pet. You're looking at a biological security system forged over 1,000 years of life or death selection. If these dogs fail, the village starves. If they hesitate, the shepherd dies. Today, we're settling the ultimate heavyweight debate, the Turkish Titan versus the Mountain Fortress. But we're doing it through the lens of tactical logic. By the end of this, you'll understand why one is a scalpel and the other is a sledgehammer, and why choosing the wrong one for your specific environment is a recipe for disaster. Let's strip the labels. Let's talk about the living shield. To understand the dog, you have to understand the dirt it stands on. The Kangal. Origin, Sivas, Turkey. This is high-altitude, open steppe. It's flat, it's vast, and the predators, mostly wolves, are endurance hunters. A Kangal can't just be strong, it has to be a marathon runner. If a Kangal is too heavy, it overheats. If it's too slow, the wolf outruns it. Evolution carved the Kangal into a kinetic specialist. Long limbs, deep chest, and a coat that regulates temperature like high-end athletic gear. The Caucasian Shepherd, the Ovcharka. Now shift your map north, the Caucasus Mountains. This isn't open plains, it's vertical, rugged, and freezing. The predators here aren't just lean wolves, they are 800-pound brown bears. In this environment, speed is secondary to mass and thermal density. The Ovcharka is a walking tank. It has a double-layered coat that acts as organic Kevlar against bites and claws. It doesn't need to chase a predator for 5 miles. It needs to stand its ground and end the fight in 30 seconds. Think about that. One is built for the chase. The other is built for the clash. Let's talk about the number everyone loves to quote. 743 psi. Yes, the Kangal holds the record for the strongest recorded bite force of any canine. To put that in perspective, a lion's bite is roughly 650 psi. The Kangal technically outmuscles the king of the jungle in raw jaw pressure. But here is the clinical truth that the AI-generated videos won't tell you. PSI is useless without a delivery system. The Kangal's bite is a tactical tool. In Turkey, they don't want the dog to just kill the wolf. They want the dog to neutralize the threat so the flock stays together. The Kangal uses its speed to slam the predator, literally using its chest as a battering ram before delivering that 743 psi crush. It's a calculated, rhythmic style of combat. Now, look at the Caucasian Shepherd. Their PSI isn't officially recorded as high, estimated around 500 to 550. But their biological armor changes the math. When an Ovcharka fights, it relies on its loose skin mutation. If a predator bites a Caucasian Shepherd, they aren't hitting muscle or bone. They're hitting a thick, rolling layer of skin and fur. This allows the shepherd to rotate inside its own skin and bite back while the predator is still holding on. The verdict on power? If you want the hardest hit, you pick the Kangal. If you want the most durable fighter, you pick the Caucasian. Stop. Before we go any further, I need to address the family guard question. This is where most people get themselves into trouble. The Kangal is an extroverted guardian. They are surprisingly sensitive. They have a switch. When things are calm, a well-bred Kangal is a gentleman. They are discerning. They watch your eyes. They analyze intent. If a stranger walks up to your gate, the Kangal will likely stand between you and the gate and wait. It's a silent warning. I see you. Don't make a mistake. The Caucasian Shepherd is a pure isolationist. There is no negotiation phase with a high drive Ovcharka. To this dog, the world is divided into 2 categories, family and threat. There is no middle ground. They are notoriously difficult to socialize in the traditional sense because their DNA is screaming at them to treat every stranger like a mountain bear. Which one are you? Drop a comment right now. Are you looking for a discerning protector or an absolute border? I'm looking for the owners in the comments. give us the reality check of living with these titans. Let's get into the what if, the scenario everyone clicks for, Kangal versus Caucasian Shepherd. If these two met in a neutral arena, here is the breakdown. Round 1, the engagement. The Kangal wins the first 60 seconds. It is faster, its footwork is superior, and its slam and bite technique will likely knock the heavier Shepherd off balance. The Kangal's bite force is going to do structural damage early. Round 2, the grind. This is where the tide shifts. The Caucasian Shepherd is built for high-intensity burst. It doesn't care about winning points. It cares about ending the heartbeat of the opposition. Once the Ovcharka gets a grip, its mass becomes an anchor. The Kangal's speed is neutralized. The X factor, pain tolerance. In the Russian Aboriginal lines of the Caucasian Shepherd, these dogs have been known to ignore injuries that would stop a pit bull in its tracks. Their nervous system is wired for high-threshold environments. If the Kangal can't finish the fight in the first 2 minutes using its superior agility, the Caucasian Shepherd's raw, crushing weight and grip and hold style will eventually overwhelm the Turk. The winner of the scrap? Mathematically, in a closed environment, the Caucasian Shepherd takes the edge. Its mountain fortress genetics are designed for the finish, not the chase. So, who takes the crown? We have to judge this by the mission objective. The crown for large property and active defense? The Kangal. If you have 50 acres, livestock, or a dynamic environment where the dog needs to make independent decisions without being a landmine, the Kangal is the greatest guardian ever produced by nature. It is the thinking man's protector. The crown for absolute perimeter security? The Caucasian Shepherd. If you need a dog that will literally die before a stranger crosses a threshold, a dog that requires no training to be a weapon because its soul is a weapon, the Caucasian has no equal. But here's the cold truth. 99% of people watching this shouldn't own either. These aren't lifestyle accessories. They are a full-time job. They require a leader who is as firm as the mountains they came from. Which side of the fence are you on? The Turkish Titan or the Russian Fortress? Smash the like button if you learned something about the anatomy of defense today.
Also, comment which one of them you want to see in the upcoming videos. Comment if you want any of both in today's video. I would love to read all of the comments.
And subscribe if you want to see the Dogo Argentino enter the ring next. Stay vigilant, keep your family safe, and for the love of God, don't pet a dog you don't know.